My lying husband fathered a child before I met him and he never told me about it. I found out myself 14 years later and the circumstances make me want to puke. So after 14 years of marriage and 2 children together, I received a Facebook message yesterday from a woman who told me that she has a 15-year-old daughter that my husband has continually denied since her birth. My spouse did everything he could not to see his child. The mother eventually had his parental rights terminated and she moved away for many years. Fast forward to now, my husband has buried this secret as deeply as possible. On the other hand, his daughter is now having some issues and her mother contacted my mother-in-law in January, imploring him to reach out to his daughter, threatening to tell me if he did not. Apparently they had a 30-minute FaceTime, which he lied about last night until confronted with evidence her mother provided to me, and then he admitted that it was true, and then he blocked the account so she could not contact him again. Her mother claims she sent the message out of love and concern for her daughter, and I understand that she wants her to have a connection with her biological father. But she blew my entire life up in the process. My husband has lied and lied and lied, even after confronted last night with hard evidence. He eventually admitted to everything, but only when backed into a corner. I asked him to leave the house last night so I could clear my head. But the truth is that I can't even look at him. I don't think I've ever felt so dumbfounded, hurt, confused and betrayed all at the same time. My instinct is to call a lawyer to see where I stand, legally and financially. But my family thinks I'm being rash. Also, knowing how he abandoned his first child makes me feel disgusted. Last night, he spoke about her as a mistake and a dark secret. He was never going to tell us about her existence because he was embarrassed. So now I'm left with options and questions, and I don't know how to proceed. My lying husband fathered a child before I met him and he never told me about it. I found out myself 14 years later and the circumstances make me want to puke. So the mother, Carrie, of this child, Danny, has been in contact with us both since this happened. She says that the reason they told me after all these years was because Danny wants to be involved in the lives of her 2 half-sisters, my bio children. She has not asked for back child support or anything like that. But now Danny has decided that she wants nothing to do with my spouse, and Carrie doesn't seem to be facilitating the relationship with my family the way she originally stated. It seems like something is amiss, but I've been lied to so many times, that honestly, I just can't tell anymore. The termination of his parental rights, according to both of them, came because she tried to push him into fatherhood, and when she finally realized that he had zero interest in being a dad, she had him sign away his rights and then proceeded to disappear until Danny was 8. My spouse never paid child support and was never asked to pay child support, both of them have told me that. Then Carrie got married and Jeff adopted Danny. Carrie tried to contact my spouse to sign those adoption papers in 2016, but he blocked her, so she contacted my mother-in-law who had him sign the papers, and connection ceased again. Then they disappeared again until June of 2020, when Carrie reached out to my mother-in-law because Danny wanted to connect with her paternal biological family. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law proceeded to have a 2.5-year relationship with Danny through phone and video calls, sending presents and money, all the while hiding it from my spouse and lying to Carrie, telling her and Danny that my spouse knew but wanted nothing to do with them. I know this to be true, as I heard my mother-in-law admit it over the phone to my spouse while I was silent on a 3-way call. My spouse had zero idea that anyone had contact with Carrie or Danny until a week after I found out about this situation. In January of 2023, Carrie delivered my in-laws an ultimatum: either produce Danny's bio dad or they would contact me and let me know what's been happening over the past 15 years. My spouse then agreed to a video call with Danny, where he promised that he would tell me and make an effort to make her a part of our lives. Within hours, he had Carrie blocked, and his mother and sister were so scared of their lie being discovered that they stopped talking to Danny altogether, without an explanation. Fast forward to September 2023, my mother-in-law texts Danny to have a good school year, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. A few weeks later, I received the message that would change our seemingly happy life forever. Presently, he has cut off his family completely. Carrie has also cut off all communication with his mother and sister. They are toxic, and it is the right decision for right now. He comes from a long line of liars and he is no different. He and I are both in therapy. Marriage counseling starting next week.